Hey, what's up, everybody? It's another week. Here we are once again. So that's our Synth Weekly. As usual, I'm the Synth Redneck, and we're gonna get a lot of things going today, and we've got some great music for you today. We're gonna start out today with a group called Bunny X. The song today is called "Stay," and they call it the Into the Night Extended Remix. They're a synthwave, and they call themselves Italo disco. I'm not sure. Not sure what that means, but it sounds good. This is a song that kind of gives me this is a good start because it's a good voice singer. I mean, the singing is awesome. It kind of gives me that lover's theme. It's the main character kind of reconciled with his love interest in the movie, and you know. And actually, they reconcile about mid-movie, and they are shown on screen slowly getting back together, you know, after either fighting or, you know, I'll even use it on the other side. They're not even, they're not even together yet, but then they start noticing that they're the ones for each other. That's a good start for that one. The way the whole song is just builds, it just gives me that whole, they actually start seeing their love for each other. Also, kind of gives me the hero's kind of the beating the bad guy deal, and he shows up in the area where the main lover is, and them walking out together in arms, or you know, they're happy, but they're distraught over the events that happened, and you can just see it in their faces. They're happy to be in love with each other, but they can just see the distraught in their eyes that it's finally over. But what do we do now? Kind of feel so. Those are the two that kind of gives me the biggest basis for that song, and it kind of gives me the great visuals for that. I love the song, love the vocals. The vocals are really, really beautiful. So check it out. It's Bunny X, and it's Stay. like I said, it kind of gives me that, just that, the lovers are coming back together, distraught, and they're finally getting together, that kind of feel. I know I always say this, but as always, check them out. Make sure you check out all their other music and follow them on all their sites. Really good group. Next up, we have No Feed. The song today they chose is Data Flow. They're a synth rock band. It says they're based out of Columbus, so I'm guessing it's Ohio. If I'm wrong, please correct me. This is from their EP Polar. As they describe, the song comes from a place of uncertainty and internal conflict. Internal conflict is the theme of the entire Polar EP. I kind of went on this song kind of gives me I know it's kind of weird saying this, but it kind of gives me that Nine Inch Nails feel, Cell Dweller, kind of Massive Ego, that groove, even some of the later Gary Newman type music. If you ever heard it, you know what I'm talking about. That's that kind of industrial sound that just just hits at you, at a great feel. I get, though, on my usual visual side, I get the main bad guy theme for a like sci-fi computer movie. The main baddie is taken over with his maniacal action plans, and and he's kind of like completely insane as he's dancing through the destroyed areas, or he's that kind of like Joker-esque. That's the best way to describe it, is that kind of like that Joker-esque mentality where everything's destroyed and he's happy about it. So he's a psycho. So it also kind of gives me on that same token, because this could be used on the same movie here. The main hero is shown, he is entering the apocalyptic wasteland and seeing what's left after the evil's taken over. The minions start coming in, to fight him, and he takes them all out. Then, he just takes them all out about after like introductions, and you see about mid-song as it slows down, and you see them coming at, this thing come out, and he just takes them all out and then moves on. Also on that same text, it kind of gives me that, it shows him in the warehouse searching the cyberverse. Like I said, it could work on the whole movie. I use the term cyberverse, and that's anytime you can actually physically go into or virtually go into a computer, like computer world. So I use cyberverse on that. He's searching the cyberverse for the evil, and but the AI is taken over, and as he's searching, the AI is taking over, kind of feel, and it's destroying the infrastructure, and the whole full plan's gone into action while he's searching for him on the cyberverse. Outside, the world is being, destroyed by the AI infrastructure, robotics, the toaster is going off on every people, That's just kind of the feel I get with this song, and that would work in that kind of movie setting. So, that's just what I feel on it. So, let me know what you think in the comments, as always. As I get a lot on my Twitter, too, let me know what you think visually, what you think this movie would, what kind of movie this would fit. So, definitely check it out. It's No Feed, and it's Data Flow.
Taboo and a few thoughts. I thought you'd like it rough, so here's your goddamn change of pace. I'm not done. I'm going down in the underground to watch the data flow. I'll bite and tear my way on through the cabling. Unrivaled one, like a submachine gun over midnight sun. I miss your output. And when you are gone, I feel unfathomable. I'm going down in the underground to watch the data flow. I'll bite and tear my way on through the cabling. Check your voltage. You're always chasing that sense of perfection.
like I said, a great sound. I mean, it kind of gives me that, you know, like I gave you the movie thing, but it just gives me that industrial feel that, you know, like any kind of like 90s Neo movie, or I mean, or cellular kind of feel, that any of that would work. Any of those kind of like heavy hitting, you know, computer type movies. So definitely check it out. I checked out other stuff. It's really awesome. So make sure you go to the website and check it out, which is at the description below. All their links are down there. Next up we have Xcyber 77. The song today is called Xcyber. I hope I'm saying that right. This is a synthwave cyberpunk song in the groups out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. The description he puts is a song of the first album, Xcyber 77. It is a song cyberpunk 80s with traces of soil of, I'm going to screw this up, Synthwave. I'm not 100% sure. Sounds inspired by classics like Neuromancer. And he's also writing this as kind of like a back music soundtrack for a book he's writing called Agent 77. So when that comes out, check it out. My main feel on this one is it's a main theme for a mystery movie, and I don't mean like, you know, like Sherlock Holmes. I mean like Sherlock Holmes in space. It just gives me that, you know, futuristic mystery. That recent Netflix movie that just went out my head and I can't remember it. Anyways, the main hero is kind of like a detective that travels through dimensions. You know, it kind of gives me that, and it's the main song for him traveling between the two realms or dimensions, and it kind of gives me. Actually, this work, as I was saying, it works kind of like a detective thing, but like also like a sci-fi anime. We see like the detective and the main starship is traveling through space, and it enters hyperspace. And as you go through it, you know, you see the team shown doing work on at the travels and stuff at the beginning, and you see the main character, which like is the detective or captain, and you see them going through this cyberspace, or, you know, I'm not cyberspace, but hyperspace, and you just see them traveling through there, and you see them all working, and it's kind of like you getting to see who they are. That's one of the main things it gives me. It also kind of gives me the main team is working, you know, that, like I always say a lot, you know, they're working on the program or rebuild the system, and you see the whole montage of them, you know, quickly trying to stop the evil by building this, or, you know, by programming it, and you just see everything going on. So I mean, that's basically what it gives me. I like the detective story better on it because that just gives me that better feel for it. So. But everybody has their opinion, and let me know what you think in the comments, and on my Twitter, on all my social media, and let me know what you think, because I want to know what kind of movie you think on this. So here it is. Definitely check it out, and check out the rest of the stuff. It's Xcyber 77, and it's Xcyber. I mean, so what do you think? I mean, it gives you that detective thing, or it gives you kind of like flying through space. I like doing both on it, so it kind of works on the same movie. But like I always say, make sure you follow them. And while I got a second, make sure you like and subscribe this video. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when the newest comes out every Tuesday. Next up, we have Efilheim. Really cool song. I'm never going to try to pronounce his name because I will screw it up. The Synthwave group out of France. The song today is called Oblivion Principle. He puts it as the album is the whole album, especially with this song, is inspired by 80s sci-fi soundtracks and French house music. This gives me a lot to work with, but it kind of gives me that. I'm going to use. I'm not going to say it like perfectly, but something like Knight Rider or Airwolf, you know, where yes, there's a whole thing, but the vehicle is the main character. It's kind of like the main theme for a futuristic vehicle or weapon show, and it kind of you start out, kind of gives you that whole beginning where he shows the vehicle traveling through the streets. He's a future tech car, Black Hawk, and then you see the main hero solving the mysteries, and the vehicle is in the main photo of it. The vehicle saving the day, and he jumps in the vehicle and he's solving mysteries, and he's like just solving the mysteries or whatever the problem is. Also, kind of gives me that main hero is driving in the distance. You've seen it in the back. You've seen it where they're driving in the distance. You see them start pulling up on the scene as it's driving down the road. As it gets closer and closer, you see the tires and that whole kind of feel. It kind of gives me that scene. And he finally shows up and he gets out of the car and he's being cool as always. How always like in these 80s the hero gets out of the car. Like Crockett and them's like, yes, that's me. It's like, I'm here. That kind of feel. And then he introduces himself in the whole montage of, he's investigating the scene, he's quickly deducing everything, meeting with everybody. Kind of gives me that feel. Also this could work on the same, all same TV show or movie. It's like the main hero and the crew are all getting together, and I'll use this on a space theme on this though. He's cleaning, you see them going through the area of space in their spaceships. I'm not going to say, because people can visualize this better, kind of like Battlestar Galactica, the ships out, they're going through the areas and they're clearing out other bad ships, the evil ships and stuff. And it's not 100% what I mean, but you can get the visual on it and they're clearing out the other ships and flying through they're all flying through space while the main ship is going down. And they're just they're the good guys, and they're just taking everybody out that needs to be taken out. So that's kind of what it gives me the feel of. It's just, I don't know why, it just gives me that big vehicle, future vehicle, sci-fi cool guy feel. I don't know why, but it's really cool. Check it out. Like I always say, check out the rest of this stuff. Again, it's excuse me, it's Efilheim, and the song is called Oblivion Principle. I don't know. Just I like the vehicle theme. I mean, it just works for me for some reason. Let me know, like I always say, let me know what you think. Make sure you follow their stuff. Go buy their stuff. You know, that's what we're here for, is to showcase them so you can go like their stuff and go buy it. Next up, we have Quantumwav. The song today is called Neon. They are a chill synthwave out of Detroit, Michigan. This is like really a... the description he gave me was just he was testing out some drum programs, but the song really works out. It gives me a beach movie, and if you're wondering what I mean by that, I mean, like, this is kind of like the beach theme for a romantic movie where, you know, the lovers are walking on the beach and with each other, and it's kind of like that montage like setting, you know, where they're walking through the beach, you know, they're talking and kind of having a thing with each other, and then you see them you know, and then you see them just traveling to destinations in the car, eating, you know, that kind of whole montage kind of feel. And, you know, they're just aware of each other, and they know each other, and they love each other, that kind of feel. Also kind of gives me that after movie. I mean, it kind of works on both, so, but it kind of gives me that after climax, after, you know, the main end scene where the, where the group has all gotten back together after beating, you know, they've celebrated the win over the antagonists. You know, the whole story was about this one thing, and, you know, they finally win, they beat, and you see them all walking off together, and it gives you that, they're all happy, and, you know, they're walking off in the distance, you know, cheery, kind of like comedic, you know, happy that they're just walking off, and then the movie movie outros into the credits. So that's kind of what it gives me. I mean, it works on both areas, but it just kind of gives me that romantic and comedy kind of feel. So, and I don't want to be like a Efilheim if they didn't want to go for the comedy, but it works in that kind of movie setting, you know, that romantic comedy adventure feel. So, that's my opinion on it. They may have another. Let me know what your opinion is on it. And here it is. Check it out. It is Quantumwav, and the song is called Neon. like I said, it just kind of gives me that beach feel. So, like I said, let me know what you just think in the comments. Let me know what, like I always say, let me know what you think in the comments of what kind of movie you think. I want to hear this week of on all these songs. Let me know what kind of movie you would think this would fit in. Next up, I'm going to screw this name up, and I apologize up front. It is Nayio, Bitz. It's a group out of Greece. I'm never going to try to pronounce this the person's name because it has more vowels and consonants than than my southern redneck can comprehend. But the song today you got is it's called "What Do I Do." It's a great song. It's another what they call synthwave Italo disco, which I guess I need to go find out what more Italo disco is because that sounds really good. This is that adventure romance feel. The vocals on it and everything just works, and it just kind of gives me that the main hero is walking the streets thinking about the love who just left him. He just left her, just left him, and he's just that whole walk in the streets. The trench coat, walking, with his hands in his pocket. Just kind of trying to feel, like what happened. That kind of, he's down, but not completely out, but he's just trying to comprehend everything that happened. Also, it kind of gives me that Maine is searching for the person who's been missing or kidnapped. And it goes through the montage of searching the streets. I use like Lethal Weapon, where they're walking the streets, asking people. I mean, people can visualize that. The scene where they're looking for, answers. They're showing pictures out, and they're, that whole montage of searching. They're searching the businesses and everything. Hey, have you seen this person? Or hey, do you know this? That kind of feel. It kind of gives me that searching montage too. Finally, also kind of gives me that outro of a movie where the characters just save the city. That whole deal, and has been reunited, and they're looking over the city of what's left of the destruction. They're together, but they're looking over the city, and they kind of look distraught. Like, yes, we've won, but what do we do now? What happens now? How can they rebuild? They're confident they can rebuild. They have the look of confidence, but the distraught look of all the waste that's happened. Kind of gives me that feel on all of that. Like I always say, let me know what you think. Check it out. It's what do I do? And again, I'm sorry, it's Nayio Blitz. So like I said, check it out.
What do I do, 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 do? 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 What do I do, 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 do?
Tell me what do I do?
Running round in my bones, cigarette
What do I do, 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 do? What do I do, 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 do? What do I do, 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 do? What do I do, 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 do?
Tell me what do I do?
Oh, I see constellation whenever I look for you. Oh, I see constellation. Tell me what do I do? Oh, I see constellation whenever I look for you. Oh, I see constellation. Tell me what do I do? 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 Tell me what do I do?
Like I said, it just gives me that feel of the that whole, that just what I was saying before about the the lovers searching. It's a longing song. It kind of gives me that, of a movie that has longing in it, a lot of longing and searching. So that's just kind of that's the feel I get. So definitely check it out. Last up today we have a group out of the Pacific Northwest. It's called Point Surrender. The song today they sent me is The Return. And they say they call it the music inspired by life's changes. Yeah, it kind of gives me that, and I kind of went with that too. Not the life changing part per se, but I went with the movies where the main character has to go on a journey to he has to journey to a new land or journey to discover an item, and it kind of gives you that we've got to find this to be able to save the day, that kind of feel. And it's that the song goes through there and just gives you the feel of them going through the whole journey, like either through the woods or they're traveling, and they have to deal with the odds and ends of what's going on during the whole journey. Kind of gives me that feel. Or it also kind of gives me the main has returned. The team has returned from a journey. They were like pulled in. I use this when I wrote this. I kind of put this in like they were pulled into another dimension. And you see them, they've done their thing and they were able to get back through the dimension. You see them returning. Everybody thought they were gone, and they show up, and here we are. Kind of gives me that feel. The team, the people who meet him through the other dimension, they're like, oh my God, you're back. That kind of feel. On that same note, it's like kind of like because this work on the same movie, the journey and transformation. The main has gone through, a full transformation. He's changed into this new being, or he's gotten power that he needed, or she needed, and you see them returning to the team after they thought he was either dead. They were either dead or they were, they didn't make it because of the time frame of them being, going through this transformation. And they're just sitting there as they return, and they're just suddenly becoming awe, of the person that they've become, or the power they've gotten, or what they've changed into or transformed into. Kind of gives me that feel. Like I said, it's that whole journey through of like going through the journey to the process of everybody seeing them in awe of the end result. So that's kind of what I feel. So definitely check it out. It's a really cool song. It's Point Surrender, and the song is called The Return. That's it for this week. Like I said, make sure you follow everybody on these in my past episodes and now up to now. Make sure you're following them on their social media, their websites. Download their music, stream their music, help them out because that's what we're here for. It's all about music and the artists here. It's just show them some love. Also, if you've seen in my description, I have some T-shirts for sale. If you're inclined to help me out, the T-shirts are really just to help me get some better equipment and some stuff. So if you like the show and you want to help promote it, get one of the T-shirts. I'm going to end today with something a little different. I'm actually going to add one more song, and this is actually one of mine. Some people have heard it, some haven't. So I'm not going to give you a description on it. What I'm going to do is I want your visuals on this. As I was talking to some on them, some people are saying it's they don't understand how I can do this so easily. Find where the movies are, and so here's your chance. My song is called Star Ride. That's the song that's I'm going to end with today. In the comments below, I want to know what kind of visuals you get from it. You can even say it's crap. I don't, it doesn't bother me. But that's my thing for y'all. Let me know what you in the comments or what you think about all of the songs here, and also give me the description of what you would think about Star Ride. So check it out. I'm going to end today with it, and I hope everybody has a great week. As always, make sure you like and subscribe as we come out every Tuesday. So just make sure you hit that bell so you can get notified when the new episodes come. So I'm going to end today with my song, Synthwave Redneck, Star Ride, and I hope everybody has a great week. I'll see y'all next week. Later.